Hello and welcome back to Factorio C Block. Last time we started laying out and planning out our first foray into the second sort of category or level of the smelting, or actually the more like the refinement process of ores, or the not even the refinement, but even the obtaining of ores from our raw content here. And so I've done a little bit of planning ahead, although it didn't save this for some reason. Or did it? Oh, it did save this. Okay, good. So I expanded this build. We were making like 0.28 something before. I expanded it to where it can make one plate per second, and we're going to actually split this so it makes, you know, different amounts of different plates. Probably with the crystallizers being 3 sapphirite and 1 stereotyte. But we'll see how that works out, and we can always swap it around. But I expanded this a bit because we're going to want to definitely build more of this. So just a few changes. These are still just one of each of these. These are the 4 that are right here. And then, oops, wrong button. And then 2 liquefiers, effectively. Still just 1 assembly machine making the filter, or charcoaling the filters, I should say. 2 filtration units then. 4 crystallizers, a half of an ore crusher, which will actually still be 2 ore crushers because we're going to have 2 different kinds of ore, and then 3.5 total furnaces, and I think I might end up needing 1 more iron furnace, but it'll end up being some combination thereof, and we'll see what it ends up with in the end. But I also need to change something. Derpumu noticed, and I think someone else did as well, that I missed one of these outputs. That is a very, very well hidden output, and I actually did know about it in my test game, but I completely spaced on it when we were doing it live, or well, not live, but when I was recording earlier. Earlier. So I think what I want to do instead is put these over here, like that, and move this power pole. Actually, that power pole can stay right there. That's fine. And then I need to put another one of these in, like this, and like that. And then I also, for another reason here, I want to actually flip these so that they are the opposite way. And I'll show you what that is in just a few moments. So we have this stuff here that's going across here. We have purified water, which is coming in here. We have sulfuric acid, right? Yes, coming in down here, and actually it's going to come in underneath this belt. And then we have this liquid here that's going to go over to these. There'll be 4 of these in the end, and then we'll have the filters being charcoaled up here. We'll set to feed in charcoal, which we need to sneak a belt up through this way, and we'll figure that out also here in a little bit. So the reason I did this was because of the next piece. If you remember, that's not the right screen, Wally. If you remember, we looked at the sulfur. No, this one. The water treatment. This takes in, has a hydro plant here that is new to us, as well as groundwater bore, which we'll look at later. But it can make sulfuric wastewater. It can take sulfuric wastewater and turn it into sulfur, mineralized water, and purified water, and that's what we want to have happen here. So we're going to do this build here. So we need to build one of those, and then you can also take water and purify it, separating the saline from the purified water. But we're not going to do that part. We're just going to do this part. So I want to build one of those, because that's part of this build, and you really can't get by with this unless you include this other thing. So that's here, and is this the right spot? Nope, up 1 is the right spot. Might have to adjust some things laterally a little bit. We'll figure that part out in just a moment. Actually, what I should have done, which I also expanded, was this plan here, which takes in 28.125 sulfuric waste water and spits back out 16.875 11.25 sulfuric acid, going through this process, as well as some purified water and some mineralized water. The mineralized water will go to what the mineralized water is going to now, but and then we also need to feed in oxygen, which is fine. But these 2 steps here overlap with 2 of the steps here, so it's kind of replacing some of this by making that. Actually, it replaces 3 if you count the purified water that we don't need anymore, or some of the purified water that we don't need. So the purified water is going to be used by this at 37.5, and here we are going to have an output of 12.188 which means that this could actually go away, and we could have a little bit more being fed in by that chemical plant, and that'll be the plan here. This one right here, actually, this 45 will still be here, and so we can actually replace this somewhat with the other build. But the reason I have it separate is because we're going to have to deal with whatever surplus or whatever we have extra of the hydrogen sulfide and the sulfur as part of all of this stuff, including the hydrogen sulfide that's coming down from down here. And we have, what was it in, 28.125 to make the 11.25. We need the 11.25, but the wastewater here is 30. So actually we have a little bit of a surplus of sulfur in this build, which is actually kind of nice, which means we don't actually have to recycle the hydrogen sulfide gas. And maybe I won't actually even bother recycling the hydrogen sulfide gas, because that's just going to make more sulfur we don't need. I think, at least. Yeah, I think so. So if that's the case, then we're just going to have a little bit of a buffer, which is fine, too. Let's see, you are where we need to put the sulfur in. That's kind of convenient. Let's go ahead and set this recipe, sulfuric waste water, and that's going to feed back in this stuff into there, and output the purified water into there. And then we also need to output this stuff down somewhere else, which I haven't decided where that's going at. I know where it's going. It's going to come over here to go into this process somehow, but I don't know where I'm going to route it yet or how I'm going to route it yet. We'll figure that out in a little bit. So, and that's part of the puzzle with this particular mod in general. I think we can power all those with one power pole, which is creepy convenient. I'm not going to turn that on. Actually, we do need it on. We need it to seed. We need it to start everything up, and then we'll go from there. We're going to go over here. I think I want to do one inserter here, and this will take from this side, and that will grab the sulfur out of this as it's produced and feed it into this. But actually, no, I better not, because we're going to need a buffer. So let's do that. And then I'm going to do one there, and then we need a box right there. And that'll just be my sulfur buffer, so that we make sure we have enough. The purified water that's going to come out of here, I need more copper stuff. Grab some more copper real quick. Oh, we're actually a little low on copper. We're actually doing really well on iron, which surprises the crap out of me, because it's been the opposite for so long. So this purified water can come over this way, and then it can go up here one space away, and we can use a top-up valve for this. Top-up valve here. And what that'll do is that will make sure that if we fall below a certain amount of purified water coming out of this in this system, because remember there's a deficit here, this will go ahead and top that up to keep it up at 80%. So we'll still have a little bit of wiggle room for this one to output the water that it needs to output, but as these need more, this can feed a little bit extra in, and that'll take care of all of that issue. We're not going to need this here, but I'm leaving it here for other reasons. And then I think we can just take this and copy it one more time, except that I didn't get these undergrounds. We could even do a straight pipe across that. That might not be the worst idea for cost reasons, if nothing else. That'll be fine. We can leave that alone for now then. We'll add more to it later. Oops, I didn't get you either. That's fine too. And then this here can be cut off, but we actually needed a second. Let's pin this here for right now. We actually needed a second one of those two. Oh, and by the way, this is going to use 15 of these, which is exactly what this build, or just about exactly, it's what I planned for this build, was 15. So it's going to use basically the same amount, but it's going to produce, instead of 0.283 and 0.18, which together is 0.463, it's going to produce 1, so it more than doubles our iron plate output. Of course, by throwing a bunch more electricity into the issue and other things going on, but hey, you can't win everything, right? Let's also have like a power bus of a type of thing down this side, just to connect everything kind of together. We won't copy that into the copy here, but we'll do this part here. And that'll go there. And then we just need to expand this a little bit more. I'm just going to come out like this, I think. And that way, this one will have access to everything too. So you're going to output on the far side. That'll be the empties. It'll pick up. That's fine. Why did you not? Oh, I know why you didn't. I didn't give you power access. Let's do... Ooh, maybe we should just do these here. Instead of this one. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, maybe I can even pull this down more. Like to there. Oh, that's great. That's better than I hoped for. Okay. Let's do a bunch of those. And a bunch of those. Just because we're going to need more probably. So this is outputting on the far side. Picking up from either one is fine. Outputting on the far side means it stays on the inside of the loop. And then these, when they become full, they go onto the outside of the loop, which is exactly what we want to happen. Because I'd rather keep the empties and the fulls on separate sides of the belt. If we can, just for balance's sake, I guess. So this is good now because you got powered, because it passed it through up here. So you just got filled up with 80% of the purified water you need. We don't need that pipe there at all. This comes in, that's fine. This is going to go out in some way. We don't have yet the... you got plenty of sulfur made. Holy cow, you made 91 sulfur. That's a bit excessive. But we are making also all of this. And then this will come out into... this line as well down here. One more. There. And then we can do one of these. We could probably even just do a straight pipe there. I think I'm going to do an underground for this span, though, just for sanity's sake. That'll take in all the sulfuric acid. We'll pipe, or belt in, rather, some of the slag. Actually, all of the slag, or most of the slag. And then that'll take care of you. You got to have output for that. We got that taken care of. And this one here is going to go all the way over like that somehow. Whatever it reaches, and we'll take care of those in their own time. I need to make a handful of those filters. Those are here, I think. No, they're here then. Yes. We're not going to make the charcoal ones because we're going to belt the charcoal in. We're just going to make, I don't know, 20 or 30 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 25. Split the difference. And that'll make all the charcoal filters, or all the filter frames we're going to need to charcoalize. So now we need to talk belts. We need to belt the slag. This belt here, as well as this belt down here, both need to come up and into here. I think that means going like this, and then like that into there. Because these undergrounds can only span 2 spaces right now, so we have to kind of be a little bit wise about that. So I'm just going to rotate this one and feed them into there. And then what we need to do here is grab some of this slag off of one of these belts to feed into maybe 2 of these. I don't think we'll need 4 of them anymore. We probably won't even need 2 of them anymore. But just to feed in, just to keep these all running, because, well, we're going to need to keep them all running. So then this will turn... Actually, they're going to merge together. That'll drop... Actually, that would work. That'll come in here like this then. Come this way. So maybe this one gets shortened by 1 more pipe length. There. Am I out again? I'm out again, obviously. And then we can go this way with the mineralized water somewhere and feed it into this system. Maybe even just come in like into here somehow. That might even just... Oh, that works disturbingly well. I mean, it's not good. This stretch isn't good, but maybe let's do this and then put it over here. That might work. I'm going to leave them unconnected for right now just to lessen my confusion. But I think that might work. The only issue is I would prefer to have priority of the consumption of this over this. So maybe a top-up valve would be good here, except that we may still want to make this. Or do we? Maybe we don't need to do this anymore. I don't think we need to do this anymore. So maybe we pop this out of here and put a top-up valve in instead. That might be the best thing to do on this one here. That way this can be taken out, and we can just do whatever we want with that. Okay, so maybe that's what we do. This looks good then. And then we just need 2 more of these things. We have 2... Maybe I do them like this. Bots, hello. Let's do like this. And then like that. Why are you not... Oh, I didn't, because I didn't cut. That's why. There we go. And then I want to copy and make only one of these, I think. We'll do the same thing like this. Like this. Oh, and I got to take that end off of that one too, because that's not going anywhere. We're going to connect these across here, but not just yet. Actually, we could, because we're not, we don't have the slide coming in yet, so we're not starting this thing off. So that's fine. And then we can do, this goes nowhere, so we can take that one off. I'm going to leave these ends on just because they're going to go to expansion here, because I would like to double this again. These numbers, 3.5, double that is 7. This is 1. This would be 8, 4, 0.6, 3, 30, which that's a bit more work to get to. And then these are all still less than 1 except for this one, so we'd have to add another purified water. Maybe. We might not even need to. We might not. I'd have to think about that. We might. Actually, we might, yeah. Which, that's not as huge of a deal. We could figure that part out, I think, reasonably enough. One way or another. Even if I put it in a different spot and do the piping differently, that would be fine, too. So this comes in. This doesn't need to go any further. This comes... Although we would need double these. So maybe I do this... I'm kind of just thinking ahead here a little bit. Maybe we do something like this. And then that way this pipe can come in to there. And maybe we just do that. And then we can just copy this and flip it up here. But then it won't fit, I bet. Yeah, it doesn't fit. So it needs to come a little closer, which means that that's going to be a little too snug. I may just end up moving this then. Or tightening it up or something. We'll see. I might end up moving it anyway, because it's kind of not in a good spot. I may end up having to move the whole bus idea, which is why I didn't spend too much time on it. Let's put a power pole right in the middle of these because, well, no, actually it's not. Because we're also going to have output inserters here. And these are going to produce 1.5 every second divided by 4. So 0.375 each, which means that one arm will be more than enough for each one. So we'll do 2 arms like this, 2 arms like this, and then I can just do some power poles in the middle maybe, or maybe I can just do that. That's actually fine. We'll do that. That's fine. I like it. And then we'll have a belt. How did I manage to rotate all those? I need to turn that shortcut off. I don't like that shortcut. Let's do this, and then this goes like this. You come down like that, and then those will be together on each side of the belt. This will get fed down into these guys, which I may just flip and put up here instead. I think that might be better. And then we kind of just keep everything else more or less the same, I think. Possibly. Probably. We'll see. So let's connect this stuff up then, I think. You are waste product. Either way, yeah, I think I do want to do an overflow valve here. I didn't make it though, did I? Oh, I did make it. Okay, good. Or top-up valve, I'm sorry. Top-up valve there. And then that way, that stays at 80%, which means this may not run anymore. Actually, it looks like it is getting a little bit. How am I going to get that? I think maybe I will just do a pipe here. I'll let that fill up, and we're going to let it run. I'm going to let it run rampant here. I need to change these guys so that they grab from over here instead. Either, yeah, this way, I guess is what it would be. Arms, go gadget bots, thank you. Let's do this and that, and then this and that. You also need to do those up here, like that. And then this can be turned. Oh, you need power poles. Ooh, there and there. And then this can be undergrounded this way. No, actually. It goes here. Turn you, stop you. Go there, turn you back, because it'll side load into there just perfectly. Just like it was meant to be. This will kick off. That'll go into here. We have some sulfuric acid made because we are feeding this sulfur, which means we can probably turn that off now, because you have a starting amount, maybe. I'll give it a few more minutes. It'll be fine. And then this can get started. Oh, we forgot the charcoal. Oh, crud. I forgot the charcoal. It's actually okay, because the worst case scenario here is that we just have a little bit short Or right through here, maybe. Take these out. Split right... that's not a great spot to split, though. Yes, it could be. I will take these out of here and push them this way. Thank you, bots. Push them over there. Split here, and then we can come up this way, underground that, sneak under those, underground again, and then sneak there, and take this out, go this way. Then those need to come all the way up here, which is actually going to be a little bit tough to sneak through. But I will do it as only sneaky people can. Need more of these. A couple of those, I think. And a whole bunch more belts, I think, also. Oh, yes. Yes, please. You go there. You go... not right there. Pull this out. We'll get the next inserters in not too long. I'm just going to take this like this. And then you can come in like this. And just one of you, just like that. Did I feed those? I didn't. I made them, but I didn't feed them. Oops. There you are. And you need a power pole too. Bingo. How are we? I have ingredient shortage. Oh, right, because you need those. Okay. This might be alright. And then I can clean some of this up too. Let's see. What do we got? You're getting charcoal. You're making charcoal filters. You are now going to start filtering this product. Working. I just did something. That was an achievement for mineral sludge. Oh, I also got one for sulfur 12 minutes ago. I heard it jingle, but I had the thing up and couldn't see it. So that should take care of this. We're now producing the mineral sludge. We are now producing the sulfuric waste water, which is producing the sulfur. And we are indeed making too much now, so this can probably be turned off. I'm going to leave it here for now, just to make sure we don't need it. If we end up not needing this, I'm just going to yank it, and we'll just still flare all the hydrogen sulfide gas that we were flaring all the surplus anyways. So we'll just flare more of it if we need to. We're still flaring oxygen and hydrogen because we're just not using a crap ton of it over here, but that's fine too. This is running fine. And if I do that, then I can probably just straighten this belt out. And it'll be better anyway. Oh, I missed a couple of belts here. Or pipes here. Belts, yes. Well, good job. This goes here, that goes there. So this will be our surplus of the mineralized water. That'll go into making this, of course, the algae. I don't think I counted for... I didn't. Good. Okay, so we're going to have this excess crushed stone here, too, that we need to take care of. You should be emptying out. Let's do this. I'm going to let you top that off, hopefully. I'm going to actually let this belt top. Pipe. Why do I keep calling it a belt? Let this thing top off a little bit. I'm going to let this machine fill up so we have an even number in there, and then we can flip everything around. Oh yeah, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? What do you got? Let's do it. Hop that way. This can come back that way, and now you can make all the algae you want. We cut you off for a little while, I guess. Oopsie. So you should be good now. That's fine because, you know what, we had so much of that being made, it didn't really matter. Are you making enough? I don't actually know. We should probably do a little bit of math on that to make sure. How much wastewater is this producing? You are producing... Not that, this one. 12.188. And we needed... That's charcoal. We needed 32. How much are we making here? We're making half of what we were making before, so 16 maybe. So this might not actually be enough. We might have to have more crushing going on here. But we can see how that works out, I guess. I could always split these belts. This belt, well, maybe I should have just done that. Okay, let's do a little bit different here. Let's go ahead and split this. And then we'll do this to there, and then I can make you another one of those. And that way you can get this for whatever you need. I can take this fourth one out, though. We don't need it. Actually, you don't need these either, because you've got other ones. Or I could do the opposite, I suppose. Either way. That can go. These can go. This power pole can go. I think so. And then we need to have the waste from here, too. So let's take you guys. This should be done now. Yes, it is. That can go away. These guys can get removed and replaced up here somewhere. Maybe just like this somehow. That might be okay. And then you can go like this. And then these need a little bit of help, maybe. We can do something like this. Maybe just that. Might be alright. After we get through the backlog, of course. Of course. I'll split that off, that's fine. There you go. Have one more. We'll see how this goes. Backlog. 10,000 mineral sludge made. Nice. I think everything is okay. And we should start making some more plates here very, very soon. There they are. We'll have to see how this holds up a little bit. And then this could be maybe cleaned up and simplified a little bit. You're not getting enough loaded in. You might not be getting enough out as well. Oh, I can do... What I should have done here is move this over. Bots, thank you. Made you be pick up from there. Made you pick up from there. Straighten this out, put it right there. That's better. So that means those are twice as fast now. And I could probably do just about the same thing here if I were clever enough. If I were clever enough. Do I need all these? Don't need that one. If I did the same here and here, you pick up or drop to here. You drop to here. I'm going to pick those up. I'm going to pick these up. There we go. And then this one, I don't know if I'm going to need it or not. Do that. Have all the things there. This is backed up. This is backed up. Okay, good. That's actually fine. I'm considering also putting an inline tank in here. We've got those inline tanks here. They might be just enough. This one stores 2.5K. That's probably... This one also stores... What's the difference? Inline... Not inline. Oh, okay. And then small inline tank from Petrochem is 20K. We'd probably be fine with the first one. Just a little bit of a buffer, wiggle room kind of a thing. I'm considering doing that. We'll see how that works out. These guys are just backed up. Which actually doesn't really surprise me given that we let it sit here for too long. And like I said, I might also have needed another iron anyway. So we could look at doing that also. But I think this episode has been long enough. Let me know your thoughts on this build. Next time, I think we will work on this one, which is mechanical refining, which leads to a few more other things, which would be really good to do. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts on that, which means that we have to change this stuff, of course, here, but which means probably moving these out of the way as expected. But we'll see how that plays out in the next episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all then. Bye for now.